Chosen ones, listen carefully. This message is urgent, and it will change everything you thought you knew. If you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. God has brought you here for a reason. Something powerful is stirring deep within you, and you must understand it before it's too late. God says you were wrong about His timing. You were wrong about His decisions. And soon you will start to feel the effects. Your mind, your body, and your spirit, everything will begin to shift in ways you can't control. There is no escaping the divine wave that is coming. This isn't a mistake. It's a holy surge of transformation and reward, one that will touch every chosen soul. Some of you will feel your spiritual power rise. Others may feel it weaken. Some will receive youthfulness, others financial breakthrough. But one thing is certain, nothing will ever be the same. If you think you can resist or ignore this, you're wrong. The moment this wave hits, your reality will break and rebuild itself. You will experience emotional floods, obsessive overthinking, and a deep disinterest in the material world. People around you will begin to notice. Some will call you crazy, but they don't understand you're carrying the greatest power on Earth. Before I reveal what this wave truly means and how to survive it, do these 3 things right now. Smash that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 chosen ones, and comment the number 99 to send a signal to the universe, a powerful beacon to amplify this message. If you are truly one of God's chosen, you'll watch this message all the way through. Your spirit already knows this is meant for you. But if you're not ready, you might turn away now and miss the transformation that could change your life forever. The time of waiting is over. The wave has arrived. Are you ready to face what God has done for many of us? Waiting has been the hardest part, especially when it felt like God's promises were delayed. But here is the divine truth. If you've been doubt God's timing, questioning why blessings haven't come, wondering why He made the decisions He did, God is telling you now you were mistaken. His timing is never late. It's never random. It's perfect, crafted with divine precision. Sometimes our human hearts can't grasp the vast design unfolding beyond our limited sight. But this moment is your revelation. This is your wake-up call. For every chosen one who has felt lost or impatient, know this: the universe is shifting. God is moving the very fabric of your life. He knows your pain, your struggles, and the prayers you whispered alone in the dark. And despite all that, you remained faithful. That faith, even in doubt, is priceless. Now God declares that the delays were never denials. They were preparation. The silence was strategy. Everything you've been through was part of a bigger plan, one you are about to understand. So release your frustration. Surrender your timeline. The divine order has begun. What once felt like waiting is about to become a wave that transforms everything. Trust it. Trust Him. Your breakthrough is already set in motion. See to believe that God's timing is a gift, even when it feels like everything is moving too slowly. The wave from above has already begun its journey. It is unstoppable, inevitable, and destined to touch every chosen soul. This is not a distant promise, it's a divine reality, breaking through the ordinary to sweep into your life with overwhelming force. This wave isn't like anything you've experienced before. It is designed to reset, renew, and realign everything that feels out of place. As it reaches you, you'll feel it a sudden surge, triggering emotional, spiritual, and even physical shifts you may not understand at first. This wave carries divine energy that dissolves old barriers, shakes loose toxic patterns, and ignites new beginnings. It is a sacred transformation unfolding not in a day, but over months, gradually yet powerfully reshaping your entire being. The time for change is now. It's already happening whether you're ready or not. There is no escaping this divine touch. Like waves crashing onto the shore, it will wash over you and leave behind something new, something better. The question is not if you will be affected, but how you will respond. Will you resist the change, clinging to the old, or will you surrender to the divine flow that is reshaping your destiny? Human perception is bound by time, but God sees beyond. What feels like delay to you is precision to Him. When it seems like His actions are late, understand it's because the perfect moment hasn't arrived yet. These delays are not denials. They are divine pauses, sacred intervals where unseen preparations are taking place, where forces are gathering and destinies aligning. The silence you fear is actually orchestration, not abandonment. Many chosen ones have felt the sting of waiting, wondering if God hears their prayers or if He even cares. But these moments of stillness are not punishment. They are sacred tests of your faith, times that refine your spirit and deepen your trust. And when God finally moves, He does so swiftly and powerfully. He shakes foundations and breaks old chains in an instant. So when you think He's late, remember He's never late. His timing is perfect, like the sunrise that always follows the darkest night. Trust that every delay is a divine setup for a miracle far greater than you imagined. And soon, you will see the results of this perfect timing unfold before your eyes. As this divine wave touches you, you may begin to experience what feels like a spiritual malfunction. It's a disorienting, even painful phase. Emotions spike, thoughts race, and your inner world may feel like it's collapsing. But this isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. A sacred shaking meant to clear out old fears, limiting beliefs, and soul-draining attachments. You may find yourself suddenly overwhelmed by doubt, loneliness, or anger. These aren't signs of failure. They're signs that your spirit is awakening, that you are being recalibrated by the universe. The discomfort you feel is the discomfort of growth. Just like a seed must crack open before it can sprout, your soul is breaking through to new life. Embrace these moments. Compassion is essential during this time. Know that what feels like a malfunction is both temporary and intentional. It is a divine cleansing, stripping away everything that no longer serves your highest good, so that you may rise renewed, stronger, and more attuned to your spiritual path. No two chosen ones will be touched in the same way by this wave. For some, it will bring immense spiritual power gifts of insight, healing, or prophetic understanding. For others, it may feel like a weakening, a surrendering of old strength so that a new, deeper strength can be built. Some will find themselves feeling younger in spirit and vitality. Others may receive financial breakthroughs or unexpected blessings. The wave honors your uniqueness. It does not impose a uniform transformation, but instead customizes its touch based on the needs of your soul. You may feel energized and unstoppable, or you may feel vulnerable and uncertain. Both are sacred. Both are valid. This divine touch is recalibrating your life, preparing you for the purpose that lies ahead. Be patient with yourself and with others. The transformations unfolding, whether within you or around you, are all part of a larger divine puzzle. Trust that each change is necessary, each experience designed with precision for your healing and growth. As the divine wave intensifies, many chosen ones will begin to sense a powerful awakening stirring within, a surge of spiritual energy rising like a tide breaking over the shore. This awakening may manifest as gifts or abilities you never imagined, heightened intuition, healing powers, prophetic dreams, or even the ability to speak in tongues. These gifts are not random. They are tools divinely given to prepare you for the sacred path ahead. Yet with this rise in spiritual power comes a profound shift in your internal world. Emotions may grow more intense. Your mind may race. A strange restlessness may stir deep within you. This is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. These shifting energies are your spirit breaking free from old limitations, loosening the chains of stagnant beliefs and attachments that once held you back. You might find yourself drawn to silence and solitude, craving stillness where you can connect with God and understand the depth of what is happening. At times, it may feel overwhelming. You may question your sanity or feel like you're losing control. But this is not the end, it is the rebirth, a complete transformation of your mind, body, and soul into divine alignment. This is your invitation to grow beyond the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Though it may feel uncomfortable now, these rising powers are your birthright, a sign that God's presence within you is expanding. He is awakening something sacred, something unstoppable, and it is growing stronger every single day. Transformation waits an intertwining of renewed youthfulness and profound spiritual strength. You may suddenly feel a vitality rising within you, a fresh energy that rejuvenates your body, mind, and soul. This renewed youthfulness is more than just physical. It's a rekindling of hope, passion, and joy. It ignites your spirit and opens your heart to embrace life with fresh eyes and bold faith. This divine renewal brings with it a sacred balance. As your youthful energy sparks excitement and creativity, your deepening spiritual strength grounds you in wisdom and unwavering faith. It's as if two powerful forces are emerging within you, the fiery zest of youth and the calm, unshakable confidence of the spirit. Together, they empower you to face life's storms with grace and resilience, strong yet flexible, energized yet centered. God is reminding you that age and spiritual power are not confined by the limitations of time or physical condition. This is your season of rebirth, a time when limitations dissolve and new possibilities emerge. Let yourself bask in this divine gift. Embrace every moment of growth, healing, and awakening. The spark of youth and the depth of the spirit will, together, propel you toward your divine destiny with unstoppable momentum as this wave continues its sacred work. Some chosen ones will begin to experience unexpected financial blessings. Opportunities to prosper will appear. Abundance will flow where scarcity once ruled. Doors you thought were permanently closed will open wide. These gifts are not random. They are testimonies to God's faithfulness and His deep desire to provide for you, not only spiritually, but also materially, so you can walk your journey in strength. But with these blessings comes a challenge: to remain grounded in faith and humility. It is easy to become distracted or seduced by newfound wealth, to let it become a false idol or source of pride. God's warning is clear. True prosperity is not just about what you gain, but about the heart with which you receive and use it. These financial blessings are not rewards for selfish ambition. They are sacred tools given to support your mission, uplift others, and advance God's kingdom here on earth. So guard your spirit. Stay rooted in the Word. Never forget the source of your blessings. Cultivate gratitude, generosity, and purpose. Use what you are given not to glorify yourself, but to become a beacon of hope and abundance to those still searching. In doing so, your financial prosperity will become part of the divine flow of grace and transformation that defines your life. This message also carries a serious warning for those who have turned away from God, for those who mocked His ways, or walked away from their faith in anger, bitterness, or despair. The divine wave will not pass you by. No one is exempt. Even if you've rejected Him, the wave will find you, and it will bring with it a shift, sometimes sudden, sometimes gradual, but always undeniable. For those who scoff or walk away, the transformation will still come. Away from God or not, this wave acts as a spiritual reset. It dismantles pride, breaks through arrogance, and tears down resistance. It brings a sobering awareness of what was lost through disbelief and rebellion. But this is not punishment, it is divine correction, a merciful intervention sent to guide the lost back toward truth and light. The moment of reckoning is not meant to strike fear, but to awaken hearts that have grown cold. If you find yourself resisting God, mocking His work, or living in defiance, hear this clearly. The wave is coming for you, too. Choose now to soften your heart and open your spirit before the transformation takes hold with greater intensity. There is still time, there is still grace, but you must welcome it. Turn back now. Let God's love restore and heal you before the wave demands your surrender. The divine wave doesn't just move circumstances, it changes minds. For those who have been spiritually lost, asleep, or stuck in limiting beliefs, this wave brings a mental realignment. It's a spiritual earthquake shaking loose false narratives, outdated patterns, and fears that have held you captive. This realignment is God waking you up, calling you into a new way of thinking, seeing, and living. During this process, your mind may feel chaotic, filled with insights you weren't ready for, challenged by new truths that disrupt everything you once believed. The confusion is not your downfall. It's your breaking open. It's the storm before the calm, a sacred clearing so that light can pour in. You'll begin to perceive your life with sharper clarity, understand your purpose more deeply, and feel an unshakable connection to God's truth. Allow this mental shift to unfold naturally. Don't cling to the safety of old certainties or routines. The discomfort you feel is holy. It's the invitation to awaken. God is realigning your mind because He's preparing you for a higher calling, one that requires expanded vision, deeper wisdom, and courageous faith. How will you know when the divine wave has touched your life? The signs may surprise you. One of the first is a sudden surge of intense emotion, joy, sorrow, anxiety washing over you without warning. Your mind may flood with thoughts, questions, or insights that won't let you rest. This emotional and mental turbulence is the first ripple of transformation. Afterward, you may notice a quiet detachment from the material world. Things you once obsessed over, status, possessions, and the approval of others, begin to lose their grip. Your focus turns inward. You seek peace, spiritual growth, self-reflection, and a deeper connection with God. Purpose and authenticity begin to matter more than worldly achievement, and others will notice. You may be seen as calmer, more centered, even mysterious. Some might question your change, but deep down, you'll know this is the divine wave at work, reshaping you from the inside out, preparing you to walk boldly into your God-ordained purpose destiny. Transformation is rarely smooth. As this divine wave flows through your life, prepare to face emotional and mental turbulence. You may feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even disoriented. Old wounds might resurface. Fears you believed were long buried could reawaken. Doubts may creep into your thoughts, but do not mistake this chaos for failure. This is deep spiritual work taking place. These inner storms serve a sacred purpose. They cleanse your soul and dismantle the walls that keep you from fully embracing your divine path. Though painful, these moments strip away illusions and false securities. They create space within you, space for true peace, authentic wisdom, and unshakable resilience. This is the rebirth through fire, a spiritual purification that cannot be avoided when these waves of turmoil hit. Be gentle with you. Lean into support when needed. Keep your spiritual practices strong. Pray, meditate, breathe, and remember the storm will pass. Hold fast to your faith and trust that these trials are forging the strength required for the glorious chapter ahead. One of the most profound shifts you'll experience during this transformation is a growing detachment from materialism. Suddenly, things that once seemed so important, money, possessions, social status, begin to fade in significance. This is not loss, it is liberation. It is God releasing you from the chains of distraction, lifting the burdens that once weighed your soul down. Your attention will naturally begin to shift inward towards spiritual growth, self-awareness, and a deeper connection with God. In this new phase, activities like prayer, meditation, solitude, and service will bring you more joy than any material achievement ever could. This shift signals the maturation of your soul. Your values are aligning with God's will. You are being called to exchange worldly ambition for eternal truth. Embrace this detachment. It is a powerful blessing, a marker of your elevation from temporary concerns to everlasting purpose. With this shift will come greater clarity, inner peace, and divine strength to face what lies ahead. Among the many gifts this divine wave awakens, the sacred ability is known as speaking in tongues, a spiritual language that connects your soul directly with God. It transcends logic, intellect, and language, allowing your spirit to pour out divine whispers, receiving healing, comfort, and profound spiritual intimacy. This gift is not random. It is a holy communication meant to elevate your prayers and deepen your relationship with the Creator. Alongside this spiritual awakening, you may notice physical changes as well. Your body may become more sensitive to unhealthy foods, toxins, and negative environments. You may find yourself suddenly rejecting what once felt normal. This is no coincidence. It is your body aligning with a higher vibrational frequency. The purification process might bring temporary discomfort, but it's a divine signal. Your physical vessel is being cleansed to carry more powerful spiritual energy. Honor these changes. Be patient with your body. Nourish it with healing foods. Drink plenty of water. Surround yourself with positivity. Keep your space clean and spiritually aligned. These physical and spiritual shifts are not obstacles, they are miracles, markers of your ascension. Proof that transformation is not only coming, but already flowing through every part of you, guiding you toward a higher, more divine reality, healthier, holier. As all these dramatic changes begin unfolding in your life, it's natural to feel unsteady at times. Stabilizing yourself is essential to fully embrace God's transformative plan. The foundation of this stability lies in daily spiritual discipline, prayer, meditation, reading scripture, and surrounding you with a like-minded, supportive community. These practices will anchor your soul amidst the turbulence. Avoid negativity in all forms, whether from toxic people, draining environments, or destructive thoughts that sow doubt and fear. Instead, cultivate a spirit of positivity and gratitude. Let God's promises be the lens through which you interpret your life, even when the path seems unclear or delayed. Trust in His perfect timing and divine wisdom. Surrender control. Place everything firmly into God's hands. This surrender is not a defeat, it is the highest act of faith. Know that this divine wave is reshaping you for a purpose far greater than anything you can currently imagine. Stay patient, stay connected. Prepare your heart and soul to step into the abundant blessings that are already on their way. Resistance is a natural human response to the unknown, especially when divine change asks us to step beyond comfort. But clinging to old patterns, doubting God's plan, or rejecting His timing only deepens your suffering. It's like swimming against a current, exhausting and futile. The wave from God isn't meant to drown you, it's meant to carry you higher. But resistance blocks the flow of blessing and burdens your soul with unnecessary turmoil. When you resist, you create internal conflict. Your mind drowns in fear and doubt. Your heart grows impatient and your spirit feels restless. This isn't failure. It's a divine signal. It's time to surrender. Only through surrender can transformation take root. Only then can the wave deliver its full power, peace, clarity, and healing. Resistance also delays the breakthroughs already in motion. The divine wave brings renewal, empowerment, and fresh beginnings. But when you push back, you remain trapped in old cycles, reliving pain, repeating lessons that God is gently trying to help you release. The key is to soften your heart and open your spirit. Understand that this wave is not punishment. It is not chaos. It is a sacred invitation, a call to a richer, fuller, more aligned life. Yielding to the wave means stepping into a divine current of grace and strength that will carry you through the most trying seasons toward unimaginable growth and joy. Spiritual transformation isn't confined to moments of prayer or worship. It seeps into every area of your daily life. You'll start to notice subtle shifts, a new patience in the face of frustration, a deeper gratitude for the little things, a gentle urge to show kindness where once there was apathy. These are not small changes. They are the signs that your soul is awakening, responding to the divine wave moving through you, making you into something new. Small changes ripple outward, transforming your relationships, your work, and even the way you see yourself. As the transformation deepens, your priorities begin to realign. Material success no longer holds the same allure. Instead, you seek purpose, authenticity, and meaningful connections. Decisions you once agonized over become clear because you're now guided by intuition and divine wisdom rather than fear or external pressure. Your inner dialogue begins to shift. The negative self-talk and deep-rooted doubts start to fade. In their place come affirmations of God's love, of your inherent worth, of the truth that you are divinely chosen and protected. This mental renewal builds resilience, enabling you to confront life's difficulties with courage and hope, not confusion or despair. Ultimately, spiritual transformation nurtures a peaceful heart, even in the midst of chaos. It anchors you in God's promises and gives you the strength to respond to life with grace and clarity. Every day becomes an opportunity to live in alignment with your higher self, reflecting God's light in all you do. Divine realignment often brings with it major financial shifts, some blessings, others challenges. But none of it is random. These changes are part of God's greater plan to test your faith, refine your character, and redirect your resources toward a higher purpose. It's vital to meet these shifts not with panic but with trust and wisdom. When blessings arrive, guard yourself against pride and complacency. Remember, prosperity is not a reward for indulgence, but a sacred tool for stewardship. Use your resources to uplift others, support your own spiritual journey, and advance the work God has placed on your heart. Generosity and gratitude unlock even greater abundance. And in times of financial hardship, hold on to faith even when the situation feels hopeless. Trust that this season is building something in your patience, humility, creativity, and a deeper reliance on God. These hard seasons also strengthen your bonds with others, fostering community and shared wisdom. Instead of succumbing to fear, seek God's guidance through prayer, scripture, and counsel from the spiritually wise. Whatever your financial circumstances, keep your heart aligned with God's purpose. Financial shifts are never just about money. They are tests, they are lessons, they are preparation for the greater responsibilities and blessings yet to come. When life feels like it's unraveling, when jobs are lost, relationships strained, or your sense of security collapses, faith becomes your lifeline. It is the unseen anchor holding you steady amid the storm, reminding you that God's promises remain true even when everything around you seems to fall apart. Without faith, instability breeds fear, confusion, and despair. But with faith, hardship becomes fertile ground for growth and spiritual rebirth. Faith is not blind optimism. It is confident trust that God is working behind the scenes. It empowers you to release control, knowing that even when you cannot see the path ahead, God's wisdom and timing are flawless. This sacred trust allows you to take the next step with courage, not because the road is easy, but because your spirit is anchored in divine hope rather than human fear. Anxiety may rise in times of chaos, but faith brings clarity and peace. It quiets the restless mind, calms the troubled heart, and opens you to divine guidance. Faith helps you discern what to release and what to hold on to, giving you the strength to persevere and the courage to embrace change. Ultimately, faith turns instability into opportunity. It shifts your inner dialogue from, "Why me?" to "What is God teaching me?" a transformation of perspective that empowers you to face uncertainty with boldness, knowing every challenge is part of a divine tapestry intricately woven for your good. During profound spiritual transitions, it's common to encounter spiritual attacks, subtle or overt attempts by negative forces to derail your growth. These attacks may come as sudden waves of doubt, unexpected fear, tension with loved ones, or deep physical exhaustion. Recognizing these signs is essential because they are not coincidences. They are targeted efforts to weaken your spiritual resolve. The enemy often increases resistance right before a breakthrough, knowing that if you stand firm now, your light will shine even brighter in this world. These trials test your faith, patience, and devotion. But they are also an invitation to deepen your reliance on God. Do not surrender to despair or frustration. Awareness is your first line of defense. When you begin noticing unusual discouragement, confusion, or back-to-back setbacks, stop and pray. Ask God for discernment and divine protection. Strengthen your spiritual armor with scripture, worship, and communion with others who uplift and support your walk. Remember, these attacks are temporary. They cannot overpower the divine wave within you. Every battle is preparing you for a greater victory. Stand firm, resist with faith, and know that God's power within you is far greater than any force that stands against you. In the midst of overwhelming change, silence and prayer become sanctuaries for the soul. They are sacred spaces where you connect with God's presence, receive guidance, and find peace that surpasses understanding. Silence. The noise of fear and doubt fades, allowing the gentle voice of God to speak clearly. Prayer is more than a plea for help. It's a sacred dialogue, a testament of trust and surrender. It roots you in divine strength, reminding you that you are not alone. Through prayer, you open your heart to wisdom and grace that can carry you through the darkest hours. Silence and prayer also cultivate patience. Change is often slow, and waiting can feel unbearable. But in stillness, your faith is refined, your spirit refreshed, and your soul brought into alignment with divine timing. These moments foster resilience, helping you embrace the journey instead of rushing to the destination. Make time daily for these sacred pauses. Even a few minutes of focused silence and heartfelt prayer can shift your perspective, quiet your fears, and prepare you to walk boldly through every season of transformation. Hardship is not a sign of God's absence. It is often the clearest evidence of His work. Hardship is one of the most powerful tools God uses to shape and strengthen your spirit. Like a blacksmith forging a sword, He uses trials to remove impurities, build resilience, and deepen your faith. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for spiritual growth, a stepping stone toward becoming the person you were divinely created to be. In the crucible of difficulty, your true character is revealed. You learn to lean on God's strength instead of your own, and discover that you are capable of enduring far more than you ever imagined. This process humbles the heart, stripping away pride and opening your soul to receive God's grace and guidance. Hardship also cultivates empathy and compassion. As you walk through pain and struggle, you gain insight into the suffering of others, becoming a vessel of comfort and encouragement. Your story becomes a living testimony of God's faithfulness, inspiring those around you. Though painful, hardships are never wasted. Trust that every trial is part of a divine tapestry, intricately woven with purpose and blessing. God is strengthening your spirit, preparing you for a future filled with hope, victory, and fulfillment beyond your imagination. Forgiveness is a cornerstone of spiritual freedom and a key that unlocks God's blessings in your life. Holding on to bitterness, resentment, or anger is like binding yourself in chains, chaining your heart to the past and blocking the flow of divine favor. When you choose to forgive, you break those chains. You create space in your life for healing, restoration, and abundance. Forgiveness does not mean excusing wrongdoing or pretending pain didn't exist. It means surrendering your right to hurt and choosing peace instead. Though this choice can be difficult, it is profoundly liberating. It cleanses your heart of the corrosive effects of bitterness and allows God's grace to pour into every broken space. When you forgive, you align yourself with the nature of God, merciful, compassionate, and overflowing with unconditional love. This alignment opens the floodgates of blessing in ways you never expected. Peace of mind, restored relationships, and divine opportunities that reflect God's favor. Make forgiveness a daily practice. Ask for God's help to forgive not only others, but also yourself. The power of forgiveness will transform your life and position you to receive everything God has prepared for you. Being chosen by God often comes with subtle but unmistakable signs. You may feel an increasing weight of responsibility, a growing desire to serve others, or a sense of purpose that stretches far beyond your previous ambitions. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual signals, reminders that you have been set apart for something greater.